humans are funny creatures, right? So we're able to live in these mass societies without being directly related, like insects and all this other fun, right? And then we have a close knit group, right? The tribe, the friends and family, the extension, all of that. And like we're basically these weird hunter gatherer tribe in mind and body to a certain extent, who's forced to live in this confining societal structure. And that's been kind of the way since the agricultural revolution, where you go from the hunter gatherer to the farmer, right? Where you start getting the arthritis and the singular starch diets, where they're either living off of a wheat or a corn or rice, potatoes, something like that. That's where you see a huge rise of illness, right? Because you have the domestication of animals and the constant contact with them makes it more likely for viruses to mutate. So like there was a lot of issues. You want to have a lot more children to work the land, but then you have more mouths to feed. So you got to do more. And then if somebody wants to attack you, you can't just run away because you have a farm, you have your grain house, you have all this fun. So now you need to be able to protect yourself. You can't flee from someone who's more powerful than you. Now you can amass armies, you have all this extra food. You can create an aristocracy, or an aristocracy can create itself, right? You can have mass religions, right? You can get all of these basically advanced chimps together, right? And then you want to talk about the difference between like Homo sapien and like a Neanderthal or a Homo erectus or any of the other humanoids that existed before, at least potentially, would be that like the size of the bands of Homo sapien could grow exponentially, right? And there's a lot of theories as to why this is the case, but it's our ability to understand or believe in lies or joint myths, right? So like a monkey or a Neanderthal or whatever can tell another, hey, there's a lion down by the river. All right. But a Homo sapien can be like the lion spirit embodies our tribe and it protects us as we go into battle and blah blah blah. And everybody can be like, oh, that's cool. That's us. Awesome. Now we're a part of this, right? You try and explain that to Neanderthal or a chimp. All right, bonobo monkeys, they'd be like, "Oh, hey, a lion," and then go and steal food. So like they understand the concept of deception, but that's just a trickery, right? But like to grasp a completely theoretical concept, right? And we believe in all sorts of synthesized realities, right? That you couldn't convince a more primitive entity of, such as money and all these governments, you know? These are all fictitious things that we have created, things that we put value in, right? Like limited liability companies, right? All of this fun are our creation. And we live inside these fake worlds, right? We do these remedial things in order to survive in it, right? And we understand, at least to a certain degree, and many of us know that it is a facade, know that it is a lie, know that it is a joke, and we are the brunt of it, at least in a big way, you know? But you gotta laugh at like how advanced we've come as a species and how stunted we are as individuals, right? Because when you see the march of history, you don't see the vast majority of people. History is something that very few people partook in, at least in the way that it is told to us, right? Like every person that's ever been, every person that's going to be, has been a historical character. Like we are living history out right now. All right, so the people that you read about, they were just people. Everybody's ever changed the world, right? Every emperor, every conqueror, every general, every great person, every evil villain, they were all just people. And most people have historically been insignificant. But on the grand scale, they didn't understand how insignificant they were, right? They were more focused on survival. You see, that's an achievement, surviving in a harsh world. It's a lot easier to survive if you live in one of the more affluent countries. You no longer have the successes of like the reward of a good harvest, right? Building your own house. Like, you get your food from the store, right? You didn't shoot a stag with a bow and arrow. You didn't get a boar with a spear. That's a lot of adrenaline. That's a lot of dopamine. There's a lot of chemicals going on in our brains. That's what we are to a large degree, right? Is our chemical balance. People don't understand the significance of that enough. Maybe I'll do a whole nother video on that next. But people have the potential to radically shift the course of history. And this has happened quite a few times, right? Notably in the industrial age, all of the inventors. Maybe we don't know their names, but things that they've created, innovations that they have brought to the world, right? Because information stacks, technology stacks. Like so the mass of human knowledge has been layered and layered and layered and layered, right? And that's what's his name? Isaac Newton, was it? Says he stands on the shoulder of giants, right? Meaning that all the people that came before him laid the groundwork for what he was capable of doing. And that's where we all are, right? Like even the fact that I'm able to communicate with you in a language right now, and we both have a general idea of what I'm talking about, right? It's a serves as a tremendous testimony to our ingenuity, right? Languages can definitely be constricting, and definitely off the amount that you know about it, but it definitely is a useful tool for the translation of ideas. And that's a whole nother thing, how it can be used for deception. This is more of just a rant, you know? Like, people feel incredibly insignificant right now. They feel very powerless to the events that are going on in the world. And they're starting to understand more and more how belittled they are, right? Everywhere you turn, you have signs telling you that we just exist in an infinite thing and we're nothing special and existence is not important, right? You got all sorts of things trying to project that morality is not a thing, right? It's just a social construct and it's flexible and it can be whatever, right? And that you don't have to live out your dreams, right? It's totally fine to be content. Like mediocrity is the killer. It's cool to just stay at home and watch TV, play video games and smoke pot and just let whatever fade by. You know what I mean? You don't have to maximize your potential. There's all these distractions over here. That's what you should be doing. Just kick back, relax, enjoy, have fun. We'll take care of you. That's not a fulfilling life. So when you get depressed and you get anxious and you get all just distraught, it's okay because there's medication for that. We're going to synthetically give you happiness. We got happiness in a bottle, and we're just going to give it to you. Here you go. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yo, it fucked you up. You're on disability now. That's fine. That's cool. We got you. We'll give you just enough to survive. You don't need a car. Take public transportation. You don't need to own a house. Just rent. You'll have enough to get by. You got your food stamps. You got whatever. Shut up. Now, if you don't shut up, I'm going to take all this away. Yeah. Hmm. Sucks that you kind of need it, though. So now you kind of got to do what I tell you. And that's the position that a lot of people are in. You know? They bought into the lie of enjoy the present. Don't sacrifice. Don't sacrifice your time and your energy expanding and growing and thinking and being better. Always. And we all fall into these traps. We all have times of production and lethargy. It's not any type of condemnation, right? Look at this. Rant is just as much to me as it is to anybody else, right? Because I'm ranting into my laptop right now because I feel frustrated with my own powerlessness to affect the world around me. And even if 5 people see this or even make it to this point in the video, that's awesome. I'm not alone. If you feel the same, you're not alone. So, yep, we got more in common with each other than those that want us to fight. Haven't made a video in a while because I've been lazy, working, doing too much other shit, and just sitting on my ass in front of the TV sometimes. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it. Sometimes it's just sitting here. And then you're not happy with the shit. You're not getting this or that or whatever. And so, I don't know. But I feel like it's important. And I need to be doing something, even if it is just ranting into the void. I thank you very much. And I don't know, maybe I'll do one on chemicals right now. Alright. Best of luck.